Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, and we're in a new location. It's nothing really major. I just needed to use this room for some extra light. So, and probably like red and glowing, but yeah, this was about the best I could do. So, yeah. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to be a review of the new movie Ghostbusters, which is a reboot of the great franchise from 1984. So yeah. So please save all comments until the end of the video, whether your comments are that you like the movie or you want to murder me because of my opinion of the review, or the movie. So yeah. Sorry, my hair is kind of weird. What else is new? Okay, let's get into this review. So, alright, so we're going to start off with story, and that's going to kind of dip into characters, I think. So pretty much the story is that these four women, they come together and they form the Ghostbusters. And they go out and they bust ghosts, and that's the thing. There's a villain who wants to unleash a bunch of ghosts, like every Ghostbusters movie. And yeah, so that's pretty much, there's not a lot to story, so yeah. So that also brings us to characters. So the four female Ghostbusters, what do I think of them? I think they're good, I think they are funny. Not all of their jokes land for me, but they're most of them are pretty solid. They have a secretary played by Chris Hemsworth, who is like, he's basically a dumb model, basically. He's very, very stupid in this, but he gets some laughs. He's good, he's funny. Just like the four Ghostbusters. They're not dumb, but they're funny. So, and then really the only other character that you can talk about is the villain. The villain is not that great. He's no Gozer, and he's no Vigo, really. He's not that great. Like, even when he starts, well, maybe I shouldn't go into that really, but like he is not that great of a villain, which sucks because there really should have been a really good solid villain in this. Then that would have made this better. So we're gonna go with cinematography and special effects. Figured I'd put these two into one because I realized in my Independence Day review I forgot to talk about special effects. So, here we go. Special effects. Special effects are kind of hit and miss. There's a lot of, like, some of the special effects I don't think are that good, but there are good effects. So, like, a lot of the ghosts are okay. I think they're not that great. But like the effects on like the proton packs and everything, those are just fine. So yeah, and cinematography, you know, camera wise and lighting wise, everything is pretty solid. Everything is very, very colorful, which is just right for Ghostbusters. So yeah, it's just sometimes you might see, if you see the trailer, which the trailers are terrible, but you can at least look at some of the ghosts. And they're pretty good. There are some of them, like some of the ghosts are like balloons, so it kind of like, it's okay how cheap they are, I guess. So yeah, but all in all, special effects are okay by me. Music. Now here's the thing, is that the most notable music in this is going to be the Ghostbusters theme, obviously, because it's Ghostbusters. So they have the classic Ray Parker Jr. Original version, and that's good. There's another version, I think, by a band called Walk the Moon or something, I don't know. But I looked up these songs later so I could listen to them. I guess the Walk the Moon version, it might be, I think that's the first one that plays, like, in the opening. And that was pretty good. But the Fall Out Boys one, not good, sucks, get rid of it. The Pentatonics one, I don't particularly remember it being in the movie, but I heard it on the soundtrack, I guess, on YouTube. So it sucks too. Not as bad as Fall Out Boy's cover, but yeah. But the one that really stuck out to me was the orchestrated version of the Ghostbusters theme. That was cool. Because it took this song, which was already epic enough, and it made it more epic. So yeah, so that's music. We're gonna move on to jump scare count. Now, I really should just make this, instead of a jump scare count, it should be like just jump scare warning. Because there are jump scares. There's a jump scare in the opening, and if you can easily spot these. Some of them technically aren't jump scares. Like there's one where like the music just like quickly like dips down. It's still there. Everything, the sounds are still there, and then it just gets louder all of a sudden. And it's when the Ghostbusters, they're going through like this rock concert. And so yeah, so there's some jump scares in there. There's a jump scare in the opening. Again, pretty obvious, you know, once you hear everything goes silent, you just see the guy just go, oh, what? And then it's just boom, 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 boom. That's it. So yeah. So I really don't need to keep writing these on my hand, but yeah. So I really only tallied 3, I think, but there was another mark really close to another, and it was small, so that might be a 4th one. I can't tell. It doesn't matter. There are jump scares, so if you hate jump scares like I do, now you have a warning if you haven't seen this movie already, but it's about a week later. Probably everyone who wants to see it has seen it already. So, movie length. I don't know how long this movie is. I'm going to put it right about here. So there's the movie length. It didn't feel long at all. Like, now, the thing is, you know, some people judge movie length on, like, if their butt gets hurt sitting so long in the theater. That's, the theater I go to doesn't have the greatest seats, so no matter what movie I'm in, I always feel that, or, yeah, not the point. But yeah, so that's how some people judge movie length. It really didn't feel long to me. It went by pretty fast, and actually, during the end credits, this is probably not a spoiler, but they kind of show clips from the movie in the end credits, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened, and I was like, oh, that was kind of a while ago, but it goes by pretty fast, so yeah, so the movie didn't feel long at all, and again, like you saw how long it is, so you can make that judgment for yourself. The only thing, there's 2 things left on my list. The first one I'm going to get into is the after credit scene. I'm not going to really spoil it, but just so you know, there is an after credit scene. There's actually scenes during the credits, like the credits will be rolling and other things will be happening. So yeah. So just know that if you want to stick around for the credits, like through the main credits when it's like this person and these people, it's like there are clips from then. But then when it's just, you know, the scrolling text, it's really just like a montage of things, of clips from the movie itself. So yeah. But there is a new scene after the credits, after you stick around, after you watch the Sony logo and it says "Be moved," which that bugged me. It's like, Sony, don't put your catchphrase there, because you look pretentious. But that's not the point. The point is there's an after credit scene and it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's not really anything special, but it's kind of setting up for a sequel. So yeah, so I'm not really going to go into that because I'm not really going to go into spoilers because I don't really think that there's much for this movie to be spoiled. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really worth talking about in spoilers like in something like Independence Day. But the only thing I can really say is that the ending fight was pretty good, but the villain, meh, it's just not that great. He's no Gozer, so yeah, and there is set up for a sequel to this, which I hope that there is a sequel because, alright, I'm gonna get into my final verdict. So last time I chose a number out of 10 for my rating system. I don't like that. So I was hesitant to do that in my Independence Day review. So I'm actually going to go with a letter grade because that, I think, works best for me. So, all in all, Ghostbusters 2016, my grade for this, my rating is a B+. Yeah, that feels right. A B+. If the original Ghostbusters is an A+, Ghostbusters 2016 is a B+, and then probably Ghostbusters 2 is a C+, maybe. Probably. Because Ghostbusters 2 wasn't as good as the original. But this movie is better than Ghostbusters 2, but it's not as good as the original, so if you're just looking for the original again, no one is looking for the original again. So yeah, B+, I thought it was really good. You know, it didn't always, it didn't always get to me, or I guess it didn't, not all the jokes landed for me, so yeah. So you can go to the theater, or when it comes out on Amazon, you can rent it, make a judgment for yourself. I'm sure a lot of you have already made a judgment. So that brings us to the end of the video. So if you like this movie, go ahead and leave a comment on why you like this movie and if you agreed with me on the movie. I know I didn't talk much in this video, but we could get a discussion going in the comments. And if you didn't like this movie, kindly leave a comment below saying why you didn't like the movie, because I'm curious why you didn't like the movie. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, all that stuff you hear all about. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow 7th Hour Films on Twitter first, at 7th Hour Films, or you can follow me on Twitter at Alex7HF. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Coming up next week, we have a review of Star Trek Beyond, which I'm really excited for. So yeah, this is Alex from 7th Hour Films, signing off. I was really close on making that intro, or my outro, really good. And then, okay, we're done. And boom!